Welcome into another episode of The Hook, brought to you by Adventures Americana. I'm your host, Andy Ellis. Today we're joined by Ryan Egan of the Americana country rock band Regals out of New Hampshire. Ryan, thanks for doing this.
Of course. Thanks for having me, brother.
So you did just get done with a really big run of shows, 30 shows in 60 days. Can you talk about that? Like what was your experience like?
Of course. Yeah. It was an amazing experience. I was able, I was lucky enough to travel the country and play a bunch of shows in a ton of cities I've never been in before and reconnect with a bunch of new people or people I haven't seen in a long time and meet a lot of people for the first time and see a lot of amazing musicians. And yeah, it was just an incredible time.
So were these all solo shows? Were you supporting other artists? What was it like for you?
They were all solo acoustic shows that I just played. I joined some bills, like some shows I was opening, some shows I was the headliner. It was just a total mixed bag. Some were bigger stages, some were little house shows, tiny clubs, coffee shops, you name it. Pretty much played any possible venue you could play.
One thing I'm always been curious about is what caught my eye first about the band was the name Regals. How did the name Regals come about?
I mean, I don't really have a great explanation for it. At the time, I was gonna make like a stage name because my middle name is Rock, and like my like initials are RE. So it kind of like came to me like Regal, like, and I was gonna do like Rocky Regal because when I was a little kid, I went by Rocky, and then I kind of dropped that idea, and then just we went with the group being called Regals, and then I kind of thought it was ironic. We all like have warehouse jobs, or my drummer, I'm a bartender now, but like my drummer, he's a compost collector around town, and we're all like working class dudes, but then our band name's called Regal, like royalty. So just thought it was kind of funny, uh, in hindsight.
So I'm curious about is I don't know much about New Hampshire. What is the music scene or music community like where you're at?
It's interesting. For our style of music, there's not a lot of bands to kind of support a scene. So we've kind of carved out our little scene in the area, and we've been able to like find people that have been looking for local music with our kind of sound to like support us like individually, but slowly as we've like been doing this for a while, we've been able to meet other bands and singer songwriters that kind of share the same style, and yeah, it's been growing slowly, but New England is like not exactly the biggest music market in the country, so we spread out like down to Massachusetts or Portland, Maine. We try to get down to New York City as much as possible because like we're just a stone throw from all those places, living like kind of in the center of New England.
So the new album is Regaltown USA, and you definitely tap into your Americana no frill side compared to your EP Skull and Sky from 2022. Can you talk about the drift towards this sound you're at right now?
Yeah, of course. Well, basically that EP was kind of the first time I was writing music in a very long time and recording, and I was kind of just figuring it out with that collection of songs. But after we started kind of getting our groove together as a full band, I met or reconnected with my buddy Lucas, who brought in like pedal steel to the group, and I was able to just find more focus in like my songwriting with a little more country like elements entering the band and kind of yeah, it all just kind of came together slowly. I mean, we had been working on a lot of these songs for a decent bit of time, and I wasn't able to get it all finished until this year. So, it was pretty like a couple year long process kind of carving this sound out and like really knowing like what I and we want to sound like as a band.
So when you look at, the artists who have influenced you, who would you say are like your main influences?
Some big bands, well, one of my favorite songwriters has always been Lou Reed, and I've always loved the Rolling Stones. And through the Rolling Stones, I became familiar with Graham Parsons, which kind of opened my mind to country music like a long while back. And then alongside that, I had a curious nature with like the concept of alt country at a younger age, and I found bands like Lucero and Blue Mountain. The first Wilco record were always like little albums that I felt like were mine. They were like my own thing because like everyone I was kind of friends with in like the music world, like around New Hampshire, like did not know who these artists were really. And yeah, so it just kind of felt like my secret little collection of music that I've just kind of been holding on to for a long time.
So with the title of the album, Regaltown USA, it's actually not a name of a song title. Can you talk about naming that and what made that fit for the songs?
Yeah, I don't know, I just always had this concept where I mean, or just this idea that the songs were I mean, none of the songs exactly like title wise screamed the album title, to me. And I always had this concept of Regaltown where like it's like the the concept of it is a way to understand what Regals is as a band and like the universe that we're living in. Basically like the songs are kind of a collection of grief, despair, alcoholism, and just like living in a small town that really reinforces like all of these like dark themes that you kind of feel like you're living in like a circular nature, or what I call like the purgatory, or like specifically I call it Irish purgatory because we got Irish pubs, and it's just like everyone's kind of just in this little circle of misguided alcoholic existence that kind of you know brought me to like writing a lot of these songs, because a lot of these songs are like about times in my life where I was going through like all of these things at the highest level, and so it's just kind of a placeholder for the understanding of like what all these songs kind of like mean to me as like the songwriter.
And so because these songs are all really personal to you in some way, is that part of the reason why all the titles are lowercase?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how I ended up doing that. I think it just I think I had this like I maybe call it like an OCD where it's like I don't really like looking at words with an uppercase to like it's got to be like all caps or no caps. Like I don't know what is wrong with me. I just like I have to look at it either way. So like, the previous album was like all caps, and then this one was all undercase, and then like the artist name is all caps, I believe. So it's just a stylistic uh proclivity, I guess. I don't know.
So before I let you go, I need to ask about the song "Dead Name."
Yeah.
It's very, to me, it's very dark, somber, and the term "dead name" is for those who have like changed their name for some reason. Can you talk about this song and that song title?
So that song specifically is, it is about person who I had a really rocky relationship with who has changed their name. And but it's kind of has like a double meaning in a way to me because the nature of our relationship and where it ended up. um the concept of like, it's like now their dead name is their chosen name in a way to me. So I mean, it's a complicated I just kind of thought it was a good title also, but yeah, there's something about we all have dead names, regardless of, if they are an identity or, somebody who is now kind of lost to the ether, So that is partially, I guess, the explanation of that song.
Well, Ryan, thanks for doing this. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
For sure.
Regaltown USA is out now. And what's the best way people can get your tour dates?
Yeah, I would follow the band on Instagram. It's underscore Regals, and check out the Bandcamp, or wherever you stream online. But we are most active on our Instagram. We're trying to work on getting a website together, but at this time, we're doing most of our work over there.
All right. Well, I gotta let you go. But again, thank you for doing this. And
Of course.
this has been another episode of The Hook. I'm Andy Ellis. See you next time, everyone.